Hey, Trey Campbell here, coming at you with a trade plan for February the 1st, 2019, and I am on the 4-hour chart here on /ES if you are new to viewing this. And I just want to look at what we got going on. I want to find structure. I want to see what exactly from up high what the market is doing, so I can anticipate what's going to be weighed heavily tomorrow. And the way you do that is with a 4-hour chart, and right now this 4-hour chart is massively overbought. I mean, this thing is just going, and we've got to recover and take a breath at some point. And it's got to be coming pretty soon. So this chart here, I just see that I'm a seller, and as of tomorrow it's Friday, so whatever we do, we can't just trade, make a stupid trade. If you end up losing money on Friday, you have to sit and think about it all weekend long until you get a chance for redemption Sunday night or Monday. So I'm not about that. I want to walk away, and if I walk away tomorrow without a trade, I'll be happy. So it's not about having to trade. It's just, will the perfect trade come? So as of right now, we are massively overbought, and I see that just as clear as day, and I'm sure you do too. There we've got, we're outside the Keltner, we're just cruising up. If you go to the, if you even go further out and just look at it from the daily perspective, I mean, we're overbought on the daily too. We've got to be getting close to a rollover and just a recovery set. We've been moving up since Christmas here. This huge sell-off was at Christmas, and we've just been kind of making our way back up now. This whole drop here, if you do a Fibonacci retracement, we're getting kind of close to that like 50% level as well. And it's just it's inevitable that a chart will cycle. A chart always cycles. Nothing goes up forever, nothing goes down forever, unless it's the junk penny stocks or something like that. So indice wise, it's always going to cycle. It's just the nature of the beast. So what we're going to do now is, let me just zoom down here to the 15-minute chart, and let's just look at what if any edges that we may have on this chart going into tomorrow. We know that we're overbought, so selling this chart is my key thoughts on this. I don't see this thing coming up as high as plus 0.5. I mean, if it does, it's going to blow my mind. I have nothing for this. I'm not selling it. I'm not doing anything up here. This is, I'm not even, I don't know, maybe. I just, not right now. I just don't have a plan for it up here. I just don't like it. That's just the truth of the matter. I do, however, like maybe some work inside this box. I think that eventually we will maybe tomorrow poke out of it and then come back down and do a full-on 80% rule. That's just because we've not completed an 80% rule in a while, so I never rule out an 80% rule, and that's on the ballot too as well. So if we do get some kind of rejection off of this level here, and of course lower highs, lower lows on the 1-minute chart, there is that trade there. Possibly will happen overnight. Let's see now, if this thing does make its way down here, I don't believe that's going to be a good buy trigger. I just see it, being held down by that negative half there in the POC if we do get down to value area low. However, a breakout of value area low, that's going to be my main play tomorrow, and it's got to happen just like that. We've got to come down, kind of mess around in here through the night, come through the value area, come back up, reject it. So right here is going to be where my key strategy for tomorrow will be. I want to see it break out, come back, retest the box, reject the box, and I will nail that for a -1 target there. Let's talk about if it keeps tanking on through that. I really don't see any buy triggers. I really don't, because if you go back to the 4-hour chart and you start looking at these levels here, the -1 is sitting at the top of that Keltner. The -1.5 is still above the middle Keltner. So this thing could do a full 2 deviation move tomorrow if it wanted to the downside, if it wanted to. Now, if it does come down into this area, let me zoom back into the 15-minute chart here. If it does make its way down, I'm not opposed to trading this area, like I said, nailing that, and seeing what we do here. If we get a good spot there, I may even take it further down, but I'm just not buying it. That's just crazy to me right now. I just think that buying this overbought chart is not a good plan. So really the only really good spots are going to be here, a rejection of this level. You might, if tomorrow we come in here and we are somewhere around this POC and break through, you might be able to nail a rejection of that and test the bottom of the value area. So I'll be looking for that as well. I want to look for that to hold as resistance, not as support. That's important to think about. I want to see this hold as resistance, not as support. If it holds as support, I'm just not interested in it, buying it right there. I just think it's crazy. Now, if through the night we come down, bounce off the POC, come back up here, and get the rejection, there's a trade. Okay, so there's 2 trades right there. We come down, we come up. We even if we come out of it a little bit, that's a trade right there. That's a trade back down, because it could want to come back up and just test this high, and it would be a really nice failure right there. And then if we miss that opportunity and that happens, and then we do tear through this POC in -5 here, if we can get this little tiny bit of profit in this area here, there is a profit target right there. You're probably looking at what is that, 26.96 to 26.93, so like $3 there. So it's really not a lot, but if you were able to get a really good entry, you could capitalize on that for sure. And the last one here, so trade 1, trade 2, trade 3 is this right here. Target -1, right? That's our target. And then I'm not opposed to breaking -1 and using it as resistance either. All sells, no buys. That's my trade plan. So looks like about 4 trades there possible. So if you got any questions, I'm not saying this chart can go higher. This chart can do whatever it wants. I just know that I have to be willing to react to what the chart's doing with what I see, and what I see right now is an overbought 4-hour chart that wants to cycle back down. Not only is it overbought on 4 hour. It's also overbought on the hourly. So I mean, not on the hourly, on the daily chart. So with those factors and those in the back of my mind, I have to think of ways to sell this chart and stack that edge, because that's probably probable of what's going to happen. So let's see what happens. I will be there trading with you guys tomorrow. My plan. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to take it, trade it to a T there, because when I do all the thinking right now, I don't have to think tomorrow. I just have to go with the plan that I made. So you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you in the morning in the chat room. Take care, and let's make some money.